Evening, everybody. So I am just leaving work, and I'm gonna talk for a little bit until maybe one or two people jump on here. I'm just leaving work. As you can tell in the background, my office is cooler than yours. This is my office right here. But you know, today was an intense day. It was kind of a long one, and something came to mind, and I decided, you know what, instead of just taping a video and then posting it to YouTube or posting it up on Motivate with Iz, I just wanted to have a live video so maybe we get a little bit of feedback. I wanted to talk to you about something that I've been having conversations with Commands about for a little while, but I saw it in action today, and I wanted to share this with you. And then if you want to share this video down the road or whatever, or maybe, you know, you get something from it, then great. Before I drive home, I wanted to talk about it before we got going. And there's a couple people watching, so here we go. Let's talk about standards. Standards, right? And I'm not talking about just the standards that we enforce in the military. I'm talking about standards for what you do on a daily basis, right? So there's a minimum standard, and I hear this all the time, and this is where I get frustrated, and you start to see a little bit of passion and emotion from me, right? Why is there a minimum standard? If there's just a minimum standard, then why not just perform at that level because it's minimum standard? Well, here's why. Because if this is your minimum standard and you perform right here every day, where are you on a bad day? You're down here. You're not even above the standards, right? Now, if you set your standard here as a leader and you get after things, and this is your standard every single day, and somebody doesn't perform at that standard that you're setting for everyone else, they're down here, maybe down here, but they're still above the minimum standard. You want to go from good to great? You want to get your organization performing at a level that you've never seen before? Then walk in, set the standard here. I don't care if they're performing here. Good for them. That's great. It's the minimum. Let them do it. But set it up here. That way when they're performing here and they're crushing it, and they're crushing it easily, now you're getting something done, right? So set that standard and hold them to it, right? Because I always hear, I ain't got time. I don't have time for this stuff. Why are you worrying about this? It's little, it's minute. Well, we talk about the Swiss cheese effect, right? Where the holes line up and all of a sudden something gets through. Well, every single hole is your failure to set a small standard. I don't care what it is. You know, in the military, we talk about shiny boots, right? I always use that as an example. We talk about shiny boots or haircuts or fingernails, just the standard on length of fingernails, or how somebody wears their hair or their uniform or whatever. All of it counts. Everything counts, because if they can do the little things, then you close the Swiss cheese hole. If you can hold them accountable for doing the little stuff, and that discipline sets in and the standard starts to rise, it starts to go up. Now you're crushing it, because if you can trust somebody to cut their hair, I'm pretty sure you can trust them to do some of the bigger things, because if they take the little stuff seriously, Swiss cheese holes start to disappear. They don't align, and you don't end up with a major issue when things start to fail. Hold people accountable, set the standards high, and keep them above minimum. Motivate.